LMND car launched this morning, and in a previous video I suggested they would launch in October or November of this year, right in line with the time of year when there are more car sales and transactions. So it's great to see that timeline being met. Very, very exciting to see this being rolled out. I want to summarize in this video what we know so far and my initial thoughts on LMND car. So here's what we know. They launched their product in Illinois. It's a state of about 12.5 million people, so definitely a large market in and of itself. That's awesome. Daniel Schreiber was on CNBC, and he said they have filed in many places concurrently and plan to roll out as quickly as regulators will allow. He also gave a nod that the next state will be Tennessee, a population of 6.8 million people, and sounds like that regulatory process is happening in a number of other states, or many other states. Eventually they want to have it in every state. So that regulatory rollout should continue to occur, and we'll see more and more states where it's available. Very, very exciting. There's also going to be an environmental angle to it as well. So as you drive your car, they will plant trees to offset your car emissions. So, and if you drive an EV or more environmentally friendly vehicle, you'll actually pay a better price. So it's almost like they're giving you a little discount there. And then if you are driving, a gas car, an ICE car, then they're going to be planting trees to kind of offset some of the environmental damage they're doing. I really think this environmental angle is a good strategy, since LMND is really targeting idealistic, forward-thinking people that care about the environment. A key part of their brand is that they are the insurance company also out to do good. With their give back program, of course, they do that, but also now doing environmental offsets of the cars they're insuring. So pretty exciting. I also read, I think it was in their blog, that in years past, they pointed out that insurance companies were some of the biggest investors in oil companies, because a lot of insurance companies are going to have a certain amount of float, and they're going to be investing in, large companies investing portions of that money. So insurance companies would be investing large amounts actually in oil companies. So they're really taking a radically different opposite approach and saying, hey, we're really out for the good, for the common good, for the people as a whole. We're actually going to offset your emissions if you have a higher emitting car with trees, and charge you a little bit more for those, or for EVs, they're actually giving you a discount. So really awesome to see that. What do we know about the product itself? Not surprisingly, it's going to work with telematics of your phone, your GPS, your accelerometer, different things like that, different sensors that are in your phone. We know that it will work in any environment. You don't need an internet connection to make it work. I saw Shay comment on Twitter. He responded to somebody about that, saying, you don't need any internet connection to actually make it work. So obviously it stores things locally to your phone, information, and then uploads that later. We also know that the app does not need to be on in the background to be working. You just need to have it installed and allow location services to run in the background, which is pretty great. Just another thing you don't need to worry about. Like, it would really suck if you go on a road trip, you start driving, and then you realize like you didn't turn your phone app on or switch on, or some garbage thing like that, something annoying like that. So it's just another thing you don't have to worry about. It sounds like you literally just install the app, allow location tracking, and you're done. One question I saw someone ask on Twitter, and then I asked again, because I thought it was a good question when you're thinking about how this would actually function. This sounds amazing, but how does it know if you are driving your own car, or you're taking an Uber or someone else's car? Do you have to go log into the app and say, no, I'm not driving, I'm actually, sitting in my friend's car and he's driving? I'd be curious to see some of the sort of operational things, details, logistical kind of workings of how that would be worked out. So that's still kind of to be determined. I hope we get some clarity on that, or as people even use the app, we'll find that out. Moving on, though, they also say that the app and system around it has been built to help you in emergencies. So it can detect if you had an accident. So that's very cool. And they also said on their blog release, and I quote, "We built new technologies, created an experience we believe customers will love, and organize entire teams to handle tows, repairs, body shop services, as well as help support this 24/7 roadside assistance, and emergency services we now offer, which is pretty interesting. I would assume that they actually have referral programs with great mechanics, body shops, or they will roll that out, or maybe those places can apply to be sort of in their ecosystem, so that if Lemonade app recommends like a mechanic or a body shop or wherever to you and you use it through their app, then they would probably get a referral fee or referral cut from that business. So that's an interesting way they can kind of funnel business to other businesses in those needs. At the bottom of their blog, this was one of actually the most exciting things I saw. It says there's a button, check out our prices, big button, and then below that button it says as low as $30 a month based on your driving profile. I mean, that's insanely cheap. $30 a month is about, $1 a day to get car insurance. Insanely cheap. And ultimately, a price is, I think, why a lot of people make the decisions they do about everything. But ultimately, with this, is why they would choose an insurance product like Lemonade could offer. If you're a safe driver or you don't drive your car very often or for very long distances, you could really cut down on your insurance costs. Be really, really great. A few other things I want to bring up is how much of a factor is the actual driving skills of the driver. Is it mostly based on just number of miles driven and where you drive, say highway or city streets? Or is it also largely a function of how you accelerate? Really, do you accelerate hard and brake hard? Or do you turn really hard, sharp accelerations in your turns, etc.? I assume, is it more a function of that, or is it more a function of just, you drove a lot, or you drove a little, and you drove highway, or you drove city? I assume it will be both, but I really wonder, how accurate will it be to your driving profile as a whole? I think it will be much more accurate what Lemonade's doing, with at least what we do know. Either way, it will be much more accurate than traditional insurance models. But I don't think it will be as accurate as what Tesla is doing. I don't think it could be as accurate as what Tesla is doing in their own vehicles, where they can literally see how you drive relative to the world around you. All the metrics of the car and all the cameras of the car seen around you can literally understand it all. So I don't think it will be as accurate or as good necessarily as sort of a safety score that Tesla could drive or create, but it's going to be much better than what we've always kind of existed on for auto insurance. So how accurate will it be? Still to be determined. Really interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Another question or thing another thing to bring up is the feedback. How are the feedback loops in this app? Does the app give you good feedback? Does it give you feedback on how to improve your insurance premiums? How often does your premium update? Does it change month to month, or every 2 or 3 months? Does it change or go up or down? Or is it, I wonder how that is altered. It'd be interesting to questions to see answered as users start using the app. And finally, I want to talk about why this is an exciting product launch. As far as I know, Lemonade is the only modern insurtech company with aspirations to provide every insurance product one might need. And this bundling aspect, as they roll out more and more products, I believe will be really, really powerful, because they can directly reach and advertise to existing customers, especially the customers that they want to sell more products to. And then they can also offer discounts and incentives to customers for more bundling. So, and as a customer, it really is convenient and simple and gives clear peace of mind to have all your insurance needs organized under one app. It's one super seamless app. So this bundling experience, I think for the user, it really is genius. And I think for Lemonade as well, as they get more and more products, more and more data about a customer, more and more interactions with their ecosystem, they could have more and more, I think, more likely a better underwriting advantage or data sort of overall risk profile, their own kind of risk, overall general sort of responsibility versus not responsible risk sort of profile per customer. So it's good for the customers as there's more and more bundling, and better for Lemonade as they have better and better possible underwriting from this. Want to leave this with you for the finish off this video. I tweeted this out the other day. I was talking about how Tesla traded sideways for about 5 years from whatever it was, 2013 or 2014-ish to 2019 or so. And I said, true, Tesla traded more or less sideways for over 5 years. If LMND can continue to build an excellent product lineup, continuously improve underwriting with data, and attract an ever-growing base of young customers, at some point they'll have a large breakout. So I really believe that's true. I don't know when. I think it will take time. But at some point, I could see LMND having a huge breakout, going from like they're in, the $3 billion to $6 billion range, however they're sort of fluttering around, and maybe they actually go up to like jump up in a short time to like a $20 billion range. Not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just sort of speculating. I feel like that could happen because seeing the same thing happen with Tesla all the way back in 2013, and more recently with Upstart taking a huge run. Probably if they keep executing and growing this base of customers, especially young customers that are getting in the door and then buying more and more expensive products as they get older. And if they can turn, probably around the time, if LMND can keep doing that, keep executing, and at some point turn profitable, start becoming cash flow positive, start actually turning a quarterly profit, I think right around that time, the stock could have a huge jump. Kind of my speculation. I don't know when that exactly is going to happen. Might still be several years away yet, but sort of my guess if I had to predict what might happen. So, and LMND Car is just one big piece in that puzzle of all those products and this big system that they're building. So again, none of this is financial advice, but I could see it happening. I'd love to hear from you though. What do you think of LMND Car so far? Is there anything I missed? Let us know in the comments down below. Was there anything about LMND Car, questions you have or details you discovered or noticed about it? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are all wonderful. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, I will be doing a face reveal. And also remember, it's in the bag. Cheers.